All right, y'all. Here's part two. Since my phone decided to act up. Okay. So after the realtor got us into the house, everything was going swell. Sorry, y'all. My kids are interrupting. Go in there. Go back. So after that, we started the process of the approval and everything like that. So even though God told me to pick the house that I wanted, when we were submitted to underwriting, we were told that we couldn't afford the house and it was a stupid choice for us to go on with it. And we were actually laughed at by our lender and about not our lender but the underwriter. Uh, he felt like we was stupid for going by what God was saying, but in all reality, I was just going by what the Lord was telling me to do. And like I remember all those times I had ups and downs. I'm like, well, I had up and down thoughts. I'm like, okay, God, you said I was gonna get this house, but it's not looking like it. I'm pouring all my money into this hotel. Like I'm dying. Like so, our closing date kept getting changed, kept getting changed, kept getting changed. I'm like, you know what? Okay, so then he was like, it's just no way. We just can't do it. He denied us for the loan. So I began to cry because I was like, God, what in the world? So the sellers, they said, okay, we'll hold on until you find another realtor. I mean, another lender. So we found another lender, and he was unsure that he could do it. He said, I don't think I could do it, but I'm going to try. He said, I'm going to try. I said, okay. So he began to try the hardest he could do. And I remember him saying, I got good news. He was like, you got, you got approved. And I was like, okay. Finally, I was so happy. And then we start needing like extra funds to close. I will never forget. I'm like, you know what, God? They keep changing this closing money costs. It was just like at every single thing. It was like for every stumbling block that the enemy threw in, I honest to God say that God threw back. He threw a standard, like he said, I'll lift up a standard against him. He lifted up a standard. Glory to your name, God. Hallelujah. He lifted up a standard, y'all. And when I say like every stumbling block that came my way for when it came to this house, it was like God, the enemy was like Pume, and God was like Pume. The God was like, he was so instant about everything. He was like, and I was just like, okay, God. And I could just remember, like it was one day before closing. The enemy tried to step in, and God stepped right in. The man said, you guys close tomorrow. Come down to the place. We'll see you. And I was just like, okay, God. I didn't believe it till we got in that place. And we started signing papers. And we held that sign in our hand that said so. That was a day like I just couldn't even rejoice. I had no words because I had suffered so greatly, y'all. I'm talking about I came from nothing. I'm talking about some stuff that I couldn't even talk about. We didn't have. When I say we walked miles and miles to the grocery store with our kids right on our side, and we would carry those bags, and there was some times where I would be like, okay, God, this is, but I never really complained because I'm just like, at least we got groceries. I can remember when I went to have my son Michael, we didn't have a vehicle and I had to walk to give birth to my baby. I was just like, God, this is not it. But I can oh my goodness, y'all, if I could just go back to how good God has been. I started off, hallelujah, I started off from nothing, and then I went to a 2006 Ford Freestar van. And y'all, when I say everybody laughed at that van, and I loved my van. I'm like, why they laughing? God, this van, so it was so, I never thought that I would cherish something so good because I was in love with it because I didn't have nothing, walking to the store and walking to doctor's appointments, and it was awful, y'all. It was awful. And I could just remember my husband would get up in the sleet and the snow, and he would walk all the way to the bus station just to get to work to bring money home for our family. I would never forget. And I can remember, y'all, and here we are today. And we have 2 vehicles to make it back and forth. And they're not old. They're not raggedy. They're not falling apart. And we have a 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. And all of our kids have clothes on their back, and they're well fed. And God is helping us to take care of them every day. And they have not struggled one bit. And I just want to take a time out to thank God, because, y'all, I have been so unappreciative because of my situation. I had got to the point that I was complaining, but then today, as I was driving, I just thought back on the goodness of Jesus, of all the times that he have kept me when I could have died of heart failure and did not know I even had it. He kept me. He kept my heart. He kept my mind to keep going. Hallelujah. When somebody else could have got this house, he gave it to us, because first they said we wasn't qualified, but God qualified us. Hallelujah. In 24 hours, he qualified us. Hallelujah. And even with my situation with my car, he qualified me. He qualified my husband. And now he wouldn't even think that I struggle so bad, because here I am today, and it's all working. And I'm so happy. So I just wanted to share the good news of Jesus and the testimony. And I just want to say to all of the struggling people, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it. I'm talking about somebody who was horrible my whole life. I had to struggle my whole life. I'm talking about somebody who never had nothing. God is the key. He made me to who I am today. He blessed me. He raised me up. And I will say this: don't let your now define who you're going to be in the future, because God look at you for who you are in him, not for who you are right now. God see you at your end. He already know. He has a specific plan for your life. He has a specific plan for everybody's life. And there are some that he has chosen to suffer greatly, because he told me in a dream, he said, I have chosen you to suffer greatly for me, because I require of you to do certain things. And I didn't understand it. I said, well, God, he said in order to walk in the fullness of me, you have to suffer some things, and it's not going to feel good, but I'm going to be right there, daughter. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to carry you through the way. You're going to make it. And y'all, when I say I didn't understand, he said, I chose you to go through greatly, because you're going to be great, but in order to be great, you got to go through. You got to suffer some things. It ain't going to be easy, but you're going to walk it out, because I am your strength. Hallelujah. He said, I am your strength. Hallelujah. His strength was made in my weakness, and he lifted me up, y'all. And I'm still suffering today with my heart, but I'm going to be healed, and I'm going to be set free, and I'm so happy. I just had to share that, y'all. That just lifted a weight off my chest. Y'all continue to be blessed in the Lord, and continue to pray my strength. And I pray that your day is blessed by this. You guys have a blessed night.